Dun da da da! The Daily Nail Tutorials! Today's tutorial is the Indian flag. As you can see, I've already started by painting my nail white. I used Sally Hansen Xtreme wear in white on. And now I'm taking a thin strip of scotch tape and I'm placing it the length of my nail right down the center. I'm going to make sure that it's pressed down really well because I don't want any nail polish to seep underneath it on the edges. So now that I have that, I'm going to take my CND Electric Orange and I'm going to paint down one side of the tape. And since this is a pretty opaque orange, I'm just going to need one coat. And next I'm going to take my CND Green Scene and I'm going to paint down the other side of the tape on the exposed nail. And again, this is a really opaque green, so I'm just going to need the one coat. And next I'm going to pull up that tape while the polish is still wet. And I got a little bit of a paint nipple, as I call them. So I'm going to take my flat, stiff bristled brush and I'm going to dip it in acetone and just brush it off really lightly. And there you go. So next we're going to paint the wheel that is in the center of the flag. And I've got MAC Breezy Blue. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my palette. And I'm going to take my nail art brush. I'm using a Sally Beauty Supply. It's a brand called Winning Nails. It's their nail art brush. I'm just going to start painting the outer circle. Circles are easier to paint if you paint them in segments. Usually I do half and half or like do it in thirds to make it easier. I'm just going to go over this section to make sure it's all relatively the same thickness. And next I'm going to paint the spokes of the wheel. There are technically 24 spokes on the wheel of the Indian flag, but I think it would be fairly difficult to paint them all on a nail, so I'm just going to do the look of the spokes on the wheel. So I just painted cross lines in the center, and then I'm just going to do another set of lines in between those lines. So next I'm going to take my Seche Vite top coat and I'm going to put a nice coat on that over top of the design to seal it all in. And since I got a little paint on my cuticles, I'm going to take my flat, stiff bristled brush and I'm dipping it in acetone, and I'm just going to brush lightly along the edge of the nail to remove that paint off the cuticles and to get a nice even edge at the base of the nail. And it's a little awkward over here. I don't want to put my hand in front of the camera, but there you have it. The Indian flag, a great way to celebrate India's Independence Day. Thanks for checking out this tutorial. If you want to see more crazy designs from pickles to pimples to Warhols, check out thedailynailblog.com or follow me on Twitter @dailynail.